And we are live, I believe. Dublin Derby Day. How are we all keeping? I'm here alone for the pre-match build-up show, and we're going to be reacting live to the starting 11s coming in as well. The lads will be joining me for the actual watch-along for the game itself, but I said I'd just jump on. I'm so excited for tonight, lads. So I said I'd jump on, kill some time, and do a pre-match build-up show with a bit of a reaction to the starting 11 that comes in as well. How are we all keeping? Get your scoreline predictions in the chat. I'm going to have a chat with all of you, and we're going to see what everyone's thinking and how everyone is feeling for tonight's game. We did some good videos out yesterday. We had a fan debate with Breen Doyle and Adam O'Callaghan, fans of Bohemians and Shamrock Rovers, and both were confident enough of securing the win. It's one of those where the old cliche comes into it of form goes out the window. Here we go. Lenny in the chat, love to see it. What have I got myself into? I'm putting myself 2-1 Shams. Yeah, that was my exact prediction, actually. That was my exact prediction for the game tonight. What sort of jersey are you wearing? Is it a train top or a third kit for shells? It's actually it's like a t-shirt. It's not really a train top or a jersey. It's more just a t-shirt. Instead of throw it on, because it's about as neutral as you can get for tonight's game, isn't it? And Shell's obviously playing as well, so I'd say I'd throw it on. But yeah, really excited for tonight's game. Can't wait. I'm wondering. I'm really intrigued to see these starting lineups. To be honest, Danny Mandrew, I presume, will be starting for Rovers. That's a big talking point. Graham Burke as well. Aaron Green probably, or Rory Gaffney's been really good this season so far as well, so maybe he'll lead the line for Rovers tonight. I'm really intrigued to see. I'm refreshing the Twitters as we speak just to see if the team news does come up. But here we go. 1-0 Bows, Mandrew own goal in the last minute. Wouldn't Lenny love to see that? I'm on the Guinness myself, lads. How good does that look? Gorgeous. Anyone else on the drink tonight? What are we on? Can't beat a nice Guinness on a Friday after a long week. But yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing for this game tonight. We obviously have the Finn Harp St. Pat's game going on as we speak at the moment. Last time I checked, Pats were 1-0 up. At halftime, it is 1-0 to St. Pat's. Billy King with the goal. So yeah, if they can get away from Ballybuffet with a 1-0 win, wow, that'd be absolutely fantastic for them, wouldn't it? So yeah, I know if Pats can secure the 3 points, I think that puts a little bit of pressure on Rovers, maybe just to they can't really lose then. A little bit of a gap will. I think Pats definitely could be considered title contenders this season. What does everyone else think? The way they're going, and if they win there, Ballybuffet, such a tough place to go. I think Pats are seriously in with a shout. 5-0 Shamrock Rovers. That'll be an interesting score now, wouldn't it? I don't know about that now. But you never know in the Dublin Derby. You just never know. Hopefully a few nice tackles going in. It is such a shame about the supporters not being there. It's one of them where it's not really the same, isn't it? No, the game, this isn't the same without the fans in the stadium. The one that I always think about is the Darragh Leahy goal against Shamrock Rovers. What was it, the 99th minute, I think, wasn't it? 99th minute. And just absolute utter scenes in the away end. Like, unbelievable moment. Lenny's underwater. Loving it. Loves it, he does. Don't condone. I'm not sure if Lenny's 18 yet, so I'm not sure. Don't condone underage drinking. But Shelburne t-shirt class, to be honest, a bit jealous. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much. It's actually relatively it's actually, I like the little part that goes up and around. Like, I think it's in 20-25 quid as well. It's relatively decent value. I'm going to check Instagram for the team news. Just don't want to miss out on this because I'm really intrigued. And I was thinking, because obviously we saw Bows play the 5 at the back against Finn Harps, I think at the start of the season, and maybe once or twice since. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Keith Long go with a back 5 tonight. But the team news for Shamrock Rovers is in. Alan Manis starts in goal for Shamrock Rovers. Lee Grace, it's a 5-2-3 or a 5-4-1, whatever you want to call it, but it's a back 3 of Lee Grace, Lopez and Sean Hoare. The wing backs, Sean Gannon and Liam Scales at left wing back, which is an interesting one. That means that he's been, I think he gets forward, and remember the goal he scored in that President's Cup game, like, he has ability on the ball, Liam Scales. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him gallivanting forward and actually getting into the box and the back post for headers and stuff, and he's that aerial threat. So yeah, Liam Scales left wing back. In the midfield, we have Dylan Watts and Chris McCann, very strong area. Gary O'Neill and Ronan Finn, both on the bench, is interesting though. That's an interesting call from Stephen Bradley. I was expecting to see Ronan Finn in the side for sure, but he has been dropped to the bench. Gaffney on the bench as well, because the front three is Graham Burke, Aaron Green in the centre, and on the left, in a kind of a free role, but on the left is the main man himself, the one that's going to see a lot of eyes tonight, and a lot of talking points are going to be surrounding his performance. Danny Mandrew, he does start for Shamrock Rovers this evening, and that is going to be something else. It's going to be really interesting to see how he does, and if a few tackles go flying in, because you'd expect the likes of a Keith Buckley and the likes to be flying into the challenges early on him. And yeah, it's going to be a cracking game, isn't it? It's going to be a cracking game. I'm saying that, and it's probably going to be 0-0, but no, I'm really, really looking forward to it. Still no team news, as far as I'm aware, from Bohemians. As far as I'm aware now. Interested to see what formation Keith Long goes with, but it's kind of as expected from Stephen Bradley. Not too many surprises. The only real surprises maybe being the midfield area with Gary O'Neill and Ronan Finn on the bench. But apart from that, it's as you'd expect for Shamrock Rovers this evening. Just going to check if I got any emails, because sometimes you get the team news emailed out. No sign. No sign of Bohemians' team. And it was actually, I think it was a little bit delayed getting Bows' team news a couple of weeks ago as well. Mandrew is Shamrock Rovers Messi, just free roll to score goals. Exactly. Yeah, I think he'll be drifting all over the park this evening. He has that free roll into kind of, it's like a 10 off to the left slightly, cuts inside, but he is kind of in that 10 role. And Graham Burke is similar on the right. You kind of just get to go wherever they want, really, with Aaron Green or Gaffney as kind of the focal point of their attack. So yeah, I'm expecting Mandrew and Burke to pop up in loads of different areas tonight. I mean, you saw Graham Burke's goal against Derry City, like the quality he possesses. There's a lot to deal with for both tonight. If they're to keep a clean sheet this evening, it'll be a really good achievement. There's Ush, the man himself. How are we keeping Ush? Rovers are going to win the Champions League. Big shout from Owen there. Big call. Still no sign of Bohemians' team news, but keep getting your predictions in down below. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, and want to show the channel some support, please do drop a like, and please do subscribe as well. If you haven't done so already, it is greatly appreciated if you can do that. I'm not gonna be alone for the watch along. We have Griff, the Bows fan, in the building for that. He's going to be here. We have Tig as well, Shamrock Rovers fan. I'm going to keep saying that to him tonight. We have him here this evening, and Liam is here as well. I'm not sure he's Bows and Sligo. You can ask him yourself when he gets on, but they're all going to be along at we're going to be starting at 7:30 for the watch along for the game, so make sure to join us for that. And yeah, it's going to be a class evening. Can't wait for it all to transpire. But we have Socko as well. Socko's gone into the game, the jammy git. He's gone into the match himself, and he's going to be doing a match day vlog in there. So we'll have that up on the channel tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. I suppose if the losing fans from tonight's game might not want to watch that, but you may as well. It's gonna be a good one. Interesting to see if you can get a few words from Bradley and Keith Long at the end potentially. But yeah, this is gonna be unbelievable evening of football. We're going to keep an eye on the Pats Finn Harps game. Obviously, the earlier kickoff. It's half time at the moment. We're going to keep an eye on that and see how that finishes out. And there's going to be a lot of first division games on as well, which we'll throw the eye over as well. Obviously, I'll be keeping a close eye on Shales myself, but there's a lot. I think there's 5 games in the first division this evening, so there's a lot to keep an eye on. But the main event is, of course, the Dublin Derby. If you want to kill some more time before kickoff, after I finish this stream, you can watch. We have a fan debate up on the channel at the moment, and we also have a preview and prediction video featuring fans' predictions as well. So do go over and check it out. I wonder what the betting odds are. You'd imagine Shamrock Rovers are strong enough favourites this evening, in terms of the odds. I'll have a quick look, but yeah, you'd imagine that the bookies are going for a home win here. Obviously, Shamrock Rovers top of the league coming into tonight. Obviously, actually St. Pat's will have overtook them, but Shamrock Rovers before the game week started were top of the league, and you'd expect them to return to that place, and a place that you'd imagine to be at come the end of the season. Whereas if Bows lose tonight, that's 7 points from 7 games, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And listen, like that's not great. That's really not great. 7 points from 7 games isn't ideal in terms of what Bows fans would have been expecting at the start of the season. Keith Long, after we got porked 3-0, but we passed the ball about, thought we played reasonably well tonight. Are Bows fans getting a little bit, not on the edge with Keith Long, but are they getting a little bit sick of the inconsistency? Maybe Lenny, let me know. Let me know. But yeah, I don't know. Keith Long is probably the safest. Actually, we saw a lot of managers sacked in the league around this week, but Keith Long's job is safe as houses. Obviously, a 4-year deal. No one's going to sack him from that, and he doesn't deserve to be sacked either. It's he's one of the best managers in the league for my money. So. But yeah, if you saw Declan Devine, obviously he's been replaced by Rory Higgins, isn't it? Is that the name? I think it's Rory Higgins. He used to be in the Irish setup. I'm not sure if he's going to continue his role with Stephen Kenny in the Irish setup. I'm not too sure, but we obviously saw him replace Declan Devine. That's good for betting on seal now. Love that. We obviously saw Declan Devine lost his job this week, which I was gutted to see, to be honest. We interviewed him at the start of the season, and he seemed positive heading into the campaign. And he's a really, really nice fella, like a really, really good guy. And it's always horrible to see someone lose their job, and especially when you not know them, but you have you've chatted to them before, and they've been nothing but good to you with their time and stuff. So yeah, it's good to see Declan Devine not give more time to turn it around, because he was the same. It seemed like it was starting to turn around a little bit. With the Dundalk draw, and they drew the game before that as well. So it felt like they were starting to turn a corner there, which is a shame to see them get rid of Declan, which I was good to see, to be honest. There was rumours about at Waterford as well, Kevin Sheedy and Mike Newell, isn't it? Mike, I think his name's Mike. But obviously it was a bit of a training ground bust up there. I think it's over the whole Brian Murphy situation, the goalkeeper. Doesn't seem to be. It seems like it was a bit of a bust up between him and the management team, and then Lee Power, the owner, stepped in, and it's all gone a bit messy. And Kevin Sheedy didn't take training one of the days, and there was a lot of rumours flying around. But Waterford have come out with a statement saying that he is still in charge. So Waterford seem like a bit of a mess, don't they? Stuck at the odds here. So Shamrock Rovers are heavy favourites. Yeah. You'd imagine that's the correct decision. Like a Bowes win is 9-1. Like, you'd be tempted to lump that on, actually, Jenna. I'm not saying you should go and bet, but you're tempted to lump it on in 9-1. 2-0 Bowes, 22-1. So yeah, you get good odds on Bowes tonight. And in a Dublin derby, you wouldn't be not going to be too far off, I don't think. Since he said after the Sligo game that we played well, even our defence crumbled. Like, Jesus, Lenny, can't be saying that. Higgins stepped down from the job. Devine won't be long without a job. Unfair bit. Yeah, I was actually thinking, because Declan Devine has worked with Stephen Kenny at Derry, at Dunfermline, I believe, as well. Would Declan Devine maybe get a look in with a role in the international setup potentially? I wouldn't be against that either. I think that would be good. They've obviously worked together previously and stuff, so there's definitely a possibility that is the case. We need to get this Bowes team news. Still haven't seen it. Actually, the breaking news I saw with the Euro 2020 legacy funding, there's an extra 500,000 funding gone towards the Dalymount Park project, which is brilliant news. Jonathan Hill and the FEI are coming out at the moment and looking at it now, doing a press release or something. So yeah, it looks like the Dalymount Park project should get underway very, very soon, and it's great news. The 500 grand going, the legacy funding, whatever. I don't even know what that means, to be honest, but I presume it's because we're not getting any gains for year 2020 or something, some sort of compensation for that. Liam Bird will be getting a new one tonight. Do you think Liam Bird will play off to the right, or he'd be off to the left? I'd imagine he's on the right. Usually he operates on the right, but then again, he did score that goal against Sligo, cutting in from the left, and maybe Gannon's a little bit, I don't know, is he Gannon slower than Scales? About not blessed with most amount of pace. So Liam Bird could have a lot of joy tonight, you feel. If they can get him on the ball, it's going to be crucial. And Georgie Kelly will play a big role if he's starting the game tonight. I'm just going to check Instagram now for Bowes' team news. Still no sign. Has anyone seen Bowes' team? Let me know, because I can't find it anywhere. But you'd imagine Liam Burt and Georgie Kelly will be two of the front three. Good Scales is playing because Cavo and Gannon get too high in so much space for the likes of Burt to slip in and players like Ward and Kelly to get in the box. Yeah, you're probably right, actually. Yeah, Scales will probably be a little bit more defensively minded, especially if it's a Liam Burt playing on that right-hand side. Scales does kind of give you that more of a defensive option, even though I do think he can get forward. And as mentioned earlier on, that in the President's Cup game, Scales bombed on it and he scored that cracking goal. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the box for crosses and free kicks and getting into the back post for certain corners and stuff. And he does give you that aerial threat. But yeah, in terms of if Bowes have the ball, Scales is a good option at left wing back just to give that bit of defensive cover and defensive stability. Very unlike if I to release a statement. I don't know. Yeah, true. Yeah, still no sign of the team news, which is a bit of a shame, because I was hoping to have this wrapped up by around the 7 o'clock mark. You haven't seen the team anywhere, Lenny, have you? Those team, I can't see it anywhere now, to be honest. So you think, because usually it's an hour before kickoff that the teams are released, and that's what I was kind of going off. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame that I haven't seen it just yet. But the St. Pat's Finn Harps game's back underway there 10 minutes ago. Team news starting to, Bowes are mad for that, releasing team news late. I'll stay on the stream until it is released. Hopefully, unless it's going on 7:10 or something like that, because it needs to get sorted out for the watch along. But yeah, I'll stay on. Surely it'll be next 5 minutes or so, you'd imagine. And the team news in the first division starting to roll out a bit as well, I think. So yeah, you'd imagine Bowes will be soon enough. But do get your predictions in down below for the game. I'm buzzing for it, to be honest with you, lads. I can't wait for this to kick off. Do like the stream and subscribe as well if you haven't done so already. It does mean the world to us if you can do so. We are on the road to 5k, so it is class if you can subscribe if you haven't done it before, and like the stream. Greatly appreciated. But of course, we're here for one reason and one reason only, and it is the pre-match build-up show. And the Shamrock Rovers team news did come in, of course, that we did touch on. And if you just joined the stream now, we are still awaiting the Bohemians team news. But yeah, some great news. Obviously, we touched on it about the Dennyman Park project. I think it looks like a compensation deal from us not getting the games for Euro 2020. It looks like a compensation package for that, which is brilliant. But I was looking for every advantage by announcing it late. Must be changing it to combat Rovers as news. Do you know what? It's actually not a bad shout. Appreciate it. Thanks, Danny. Appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's not. I don't think that's a bad shout at all. Because if you think about it, Rovers are hardly going to change their team. So I feel like Rovers' team is so not easy to predict, but you're not going to be too far wrong with predicting Rovers' team. Surely Bowes will have had their team picked from last night, you'd think. But it's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout down, I suppose. But surely Bowes will have had their team picked for the last day or so, you'd think. Such a big game, you don't want to be making decisions last minute. But yeah, you never know, I suppose. Even just small tactical changes, or just even keeping, probably what it is just to keep the opposition on edge, because they obviously don't know what to be expected. But I'd say it's just to keep the opposition on edge. I'm going to predict that Keith Long goes at 5 at the back tonight. That's my prediction for tonight's game. I think he's going to match Shamrock Rovers' formation with that kind of 5 at the back, 2 midfield, Keith Buckley and maybe Bastian Harry starting tonight, even though Bastian Harry hasn't been overly great and didn't start the Dundalk game, and we saw the likes of Ross Tierney come in for that one, who did really, really well. So maybe it will be a Ross Tierney or something. But I think Bastian might start tonight, maybe. And then a front three of Burt, Ward on the left, and Georgie Kelly up top. That's my prediction. He might bring like a Kieran Kelly in for like a left centre back role or something like that, like the left of the tree. He might go with a Kieran Kelly or someone like that. And then obviously, I think Anto Breslin played during the week, didn't he? So Tyreek Wilson will come back into the side at wing back. Probably Lyons on the other side. Rory Feely might get a game. Potentially Cornwall will obviously start. So yeah, I think it'll be something along those lines. Tonight's team, here we go. Oh, they've gone with a back four, so scrap everything I just said. Scrap everything I just said. James Talbot starts in goal, no surprise there. The back four consists of Andy Lyons, Rob Cornwall, James Finnerty, and Tyreek Wilson. No major shocks. Ali Coote and Keith Buckley in the two. In like the two midfielders, the double six. In front of them, it's Ross Tierney starts tonight. Keith Ward off to the left. Liam Burt. I got the front three right anyway. Liam Burt off to the right, and Georgie Kelly leads the line for Bohemians tonight. So yeah, it's going to be a 5-2-3 up against a more kind of attacking 4-2-3-1 for Bows, kind of their usual. But 5 changes from the Sligo game. Obviously, they did rotate for that Sligo game, and it did not obviously backfired a bit with obviously picking up that loss. So Keith Buckley returns to the side. That'll be a big boost, even. Sorry, not a blow. On the bench for Bows, with the likes of Livingston, Devoy, Amateur, Moylan, Kieran Kelly and Feely are both on the bench, and Breslin as well. So strong enough bench for Bows. But yeah, the two teams are in. What are we thinking of your starting lineups? Let me know what you're thinking of both starting lineups. I'll stay on the stream for another minute or so. And then I'll go get ready for the watch along, which will kick off at 7:30. Make sure to join us for the watch along at 7:30. It is greatly appreciated if you do so. But yeah, I'm impressed by Keith Long. I was anticipating a 5 at the back, to be honest. I that was my prediction, and it wasn't correct. He's gone for a brave 4-2-3-1. Thank Jesus, Rory Feely got dropped. I heard he wasn't the best against Sligo, but Sligo were fantastic. It's not fantastic, but it was a really good game. It was end to end, and Sligo were good. Some like the Romeo Parks is class. Did you see that thing where he like muscle people off the ball and like nutmeg someone and all? Like, he looked quality player. Got a great assist for Jordan Gibson's goal as well, Romeo Parks. So yeah, Sligo definitely up in the top 3 or 4 come the end of the year. But obviously, to go back to the team news, so just looking at it here, yeah, no big shocks. I'm gonna just see if I can do this quickly. No huge shocks, of course. James Talbot in goal. We're going to run through the teams again. James Talbot in goal for Bows. Andy Lyons right back. Tyreek Wilson left back. I just want to see if I can get this up on the screen. Rob Cornwall and James Finnerty in centre half. Then Ali Coote and Keith Buckley returns to the side in the double 6, if you want to call it that. Ross Tierney plays in the 10. Keith Ward off to the left. Liam Burt, no surprise, off to the right hand side, and Georgie Kelly leads the line for Bohemians tonight. Let's see if I can put this up. That's pretty sick, isn't it? The team is on the screen there if you want to have a look yourself. Let's see if I can get this off. That's the Bows side for tonight's game. I'm going to get the Rovers team now. But yeah, let me know what you think of the Bows starting lineup there. Looks like a strong team, and they've gone with the 4-2-3-1. As I said, I did anticipate them kind of matching Rovers a bit with the 5 at the back. So yeah, I'm impressed to see them do it nearly to be honest. Because it does show a level of intent from Keith Long, and it feels like there was a pressure on Bows to win the game tonight a bit, given that they did made those changes and lost against Sligo. It feels like there is a sense of pressure, I suppose, on Bows. So yeah, it's I think the fact that they did make the changes, it does ramp the pressure up ever so slightly. Shamrock Rovers team, it should be on the screen now in any second. So there we go. Obviously, Alan Manus starts in goal. I might go over to the side here. Alan Manus starts in goal. Should be grand. Sean Hoare, Pico Lopez, Lee Grace at the back. Are at the back 3. Then a wing backs of Liam Scales, Sean Gannon, Dylan Watts, Chris McCann, and then a front 3 of Aaron Green leading the line. Graham Burke, of course, on the right, and Danny Mandrew, the main man tonight, then the man they feel all eyes will be on. Lead is off to the left in that kind of free roll with Burke. So yeah, the team news is in. 5 defenders against both. They play 5 defenders against everyone, to be honest. That's just how they set up. I kind of asked a few Rovers fans before the start of the season, would you like to see them kind of be a bit braver and go with that kind of 4 at the back? And a lot of them said that they would like to see it, but they don't think it will, because if you're winning league titles, there's not much point in changing the form, changing the system, and maybe eventually change the system. But if it's working for now and it's getting results, there's no real point in changing it, you don't feel. But yeah, you think that maybe moving forward, Shamrock Rovers may look to change that, you think. But I hope you guys enjoy just the pre-game stream just with myself. I do appreciate everyone who tuned in. It means a lot. And if you can, drop a like on the stream and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We will be back at 7:30. I won't be alone at 7:30. I'll have Griff here, Liam here, and Tyg here. Socko is in at the game, the jammy git, as I said. So the 4 of us will be here for the game. So make sure to join us for a live watch along. You don't want to miss out. It's going to be a cracking game. And you can stay with us for the whole evening. We'll have a few beers together, and we'll have a gorgeous evening, a fantastic evening. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream, guys. We'll see you at 7:30, and I'll catch you in a bit. Talk to you then.